blast, and that's why I put in there, text me or email me for the code or for the invite, because if you just blast it out there, anybody can join and what they're gonna.
You can block people though, right?
Yeah, I think you can kick somebody out. Yeah, but by then it might be too late.
They done came in and did anything. Ain't no telling, huh?
Exactly.
All right.
They got like this polls thing. I'm gonna actually. What was I gonna? I was gonna actually create a poll and share a poll. I meant to do that beforehand, but something was gonna.
So how do my oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta change screens. That's what it is. I was like,
okay.
I'm trying to make this work right. Let's see here. If I go to here, no, that's just me. If I go to here, that's who. No, that's not it. So how did I do this before? I did this before one time.
Yeah.
But the technology is not my friend today. Let's see here. Participants. This shows me and you. Okay, close that. It used to come up and let me show. Well, I don't know. Maybe I have to do something different. So you still doing some deals out here or what?
Yeah, trying. I mean, this slowed down and then I got busy at work, so I had to focus for a second on things. But it's come around. I'm got a few deals, still marketing and stuff, but I made a stupid. Well, I don't know if it's stupid. It's just part of the learning curve is bought this. Not necessarily a probate list, because if it was a probate list, it wouldn't be that big of a deal to text them or email, text them. But it was, I don't know if you've heard of the U.S. leads list, but by their criteria, even though their criteria is proprietary and they don't share how they come up with their criteria for their list, you can kind of guess that it's old people, because their list is like people that have owned their house for years and years and years, whatever. So if somebody's owned their house for years and years and years, they're probably over 60, maybe over 70. That's been my case. And I decided to text campaign. I was like, that was probably pretty stupid. That was probably, Right. Is it trying to, are you trying to share? Oh yeah, no doubt. Is it, maybe it's something I got to do in the video settings. Are you trying to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if there's something I can do here on my side.
I got it streaming live here on, let's see, YouTube, Facebook.
Oh wow,
we're live.
Oh, that's
but
awesome.
I'm trying to get it to where I guess I can't show myself back on that Zoom camera.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see what it looked like online. I can't tell from here.
Right.
Technology. Can you hear and can you see me? Anybody watching in the comments, let me know. Comment, people. Unless I go in here and see for myself. So let's see here. Technology is always our friend, right?
That's right. Always.
Let's see here. Yeah, I tried to apply for that PPP loan thing. Did you try to do anything like that?
I haven't yet. I've got it bookmarked. I saw you shared that, and I'm gonna try that out. Did you hear back right away, or do you have to wait a while?
Well, it was through my bank. They actually sent me an email encouraging me to come on in and apply. I'm like, wow, what's this in my inbox? Let's see what it is. So I clicked the link, fill out the little application, and it came back immediately. Denied. I said, dang, wait a minute. Let me change something on the application, even though I didn't think I was getting it anyway.
That's crazy.
I just want to get the $10,000 advance. How about you?
Right. Yeah, me too. I got to get it. That's on my to-do list for tonight.
Get that 10. You got to get it in kind of quick, because I think they said they can only do like 1 million people. And I think there's like, I don't know, 30 million small businesses or something in the United States or something like that. So you don't want to wait too long. It might already be too late. Who knows?
Oh, crap. Oh, yeah. I'm on the YouTube now. I was checking it out myself.
Yeah. Can you hear and see? That's what I was just trying to get on my own YouTube. That's bad.
Sure can.
That's bad. You can't get on your own YouTube.
Right.
I got too many gadgets.
Right. You do, man.
Gadgetry is always our friend.
Oh, Robert Barrett's joining back up. He was there from earlier today. He had to go get some work done or something. I don't know, Robert.
Robert doing work, huh?
Yeah. Did you get your work done, Robert? Is he joining?
Okay, so at least you can hear me on there, so that's good.
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
What's up?
Robert,
What's up?
can you hear us?
I can, yeah. What's going on?
Great. Not much. We got Chris Monroe of the Chris Monroe Show online with us.
Again, yeah.
And he is broadcasting us live on YouTube. So, hey, YouTube world.
Oh, no way. That's awesome. Hey.
What up? We're actually on Facebook and YouTube. And there's Laura. She said, I can hear and see you. Laura, she was on earlier.
Yeah.
They say, get me that code. It's actually not a code. It should just be click the link, right? There's no password for this, right?
There shouldn't be. No, there shouldn't be. Let me.
I see the link.
Yeah, I just had to click admit. It just popped up on my screen, admit. So
we
let's
see
see if
you.
she got in.
I can't. Uh-oh. What you can't, Christine? Christine, you trying to get back in here?
Uh-oh. She better.
Click the link and make them think.
That's right. I mean, that's all I had to do. Is that all you guys had to do? I mean, a little different for me.
Well, you know, I'm always doing extra stuff.
Right, yeah.
So, Robert, you were saying earlier you specialize in doing more so what, buying homes and things like that?
Buy and flip mainly. I've got 3 rentals, but we've done 8 or 9 in the past few years, and most have been flips.
So you do more flipping.
Mainly.
Has this COVID-19 kind of slowed you up a little, or you feel like it's just really haven't felt the brunt of it yet?
You know, I do it part-time, so I truly don't see it like you guys who are full-time in the trenches every day. I'm looking for leads. I get leads from others. There'll be days where I don't do a single thing with regards to real estate, only because of work or life, you know. So when I do come into a house, I make sure that, you know, we're ready. We try to do 1 or 2 at a time max, just because of timing and the effort it takes. So this next venture, we're getting ready to do 3 at the same time. It's going to be a little challenging.
Wow. So you like to do the hard lifting, heavy lifting. You like full gut jobs, or does it just have to be like, you know, just standard carpet paint type stuff?
I'll tell you, I don't swing many hammers. I contract most of it out, so I could care less if it's a little bit or a lot of bit.
That's right.
Hey, Robert, do you use a general contractor, or are you the general and you manage all the subs?
Both.
Okay.
The last 2 or 3, I've had a company just do all of it. I create a scope of work. I build a spreadsheet. I give it to them. We use that for, you know, tracking of what's been done, what's in the works, and what's going to be done in the future. I use that also for payment. I use that for disbursement from the bank. You know, I truly use that document. And, you know, if we're on Zoom, I could share with you what that document looks like.
There we go. Sharing is caring.
Let me make sure that you can share. Go ahead and try to share it, and I'll see if it blocks you or something. Let me know. So I think I can set that up in here.
So yeah, you should have got the link to join, Christine. It should be a link he sent you, or it's. I think I put it in.
Yeah, I can send it again to her.
Hey, I don't know how she's trying to get on, but I just got thrown for a loop when I was getting on. I used the link that Chris had on Facebook, and it told me, usually it just goes straight to Zoom. I have Zoom on my phone. But then it told me to go paste it into either Safari or I forgot the other browser. Oh, Chrome. And then it made me do that, which I use a Bing browser. But anyway, I went to Safari and I did it. But it took me a couple tries because it didn't paste it right. So maybe she's doing that.
Maybe I gave a bad link for it. I just copied it.
It worked. It worked eventually. It just wasn't any way I'd ever gotten in before.
There's somebody trying to get in. There's Christine.
She found us.
She's trying. Oh, Christine, we almost had you. There she is.
There she is.
All right, yeah.
I see
we got a screen share from Robert. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, guys.
So what I try to do, and I'll just tell you, I come from a process improvement, change management background. That's what I do for a living. So creating spreadsheets like this to be able to do and have data-driven decisions is my whole focus. I have zero emotion into a house, unlike my business partner, who I have been in business with for 32 years, called my wife. You know, if you can eliminate the emotion from it and make all decisions off of numbers, we haven't lost money yet. Matter of fact, we've done pretty well over the last 8 or 9 houses. 2 of the houses I kept and put our boys in. So, you know, there's a payoff, right? So it's all about making sure the numbers are right. So I created a distribution form, and what this really is it allows me to go through a property, identify by specific area that you see on the left-hand side, and I can start to identify within that area what needs to be done. So I can create my own scope of work initially off of a walkthrough. I used to use inspection checklists, you know, those kinds of things to kind of help me look for certain things that might bite you in the rear. But over, you know, 5 or 6 of them, really just start remembering. Look at plumbing, look at electrical, look at outlets. You know, those things that you really don't look at initially when you walk through a property. But the difference between a 2-prong outlet and a 3-prong outlet could mean an electric upgrade is required, you know, that you just may not catch. You know, just simple things like that that you end up looking at. So I just create a spreadsheet, break it down by area. What I'll do next is I'll come in and enter the contractor that I believe is going to do that work. As you see to the right, I add some comments to it. I add what I believe is going to be the budget. And what I always do is add in labor and materials, such as a lighting fan in the ceiling of the sink, $350. I consider a standard light in the kitchen, a standard light above the sink, and I add in some labor and I call it $350. So it's always good to be more than you need because it helps, you know, when you're budgeting, of course. So then I just go through the entire house, living room, kitchen, dining room, entryway, create a budget. Very end, you know, after you get done filling it all in and go back and forth a few times saying, you know, can I really do appliances for $4,000 or should I make it $5,000? You know, is it with all new hardware? If there's no microwave in there now, what would it cost me to install one? So, you know, those kinds of expenses. And then I just come down to the very bottom, and it provides me a total for this house here, and this is real. This is a that I'm getting ready to purchase. I'll have about $63,000 into it for a total return. What I then would do is I create this exact same spreadsheet, but I eliminate all costs associated with it to the right. I send it out to multiple contractors, and I get scopes back from them to where I can compare apples to apples on pricing. So as you see, I've got 3 properties down here, one on East Market, one on East High, and then my 3rd one in Collinsville with Sumner. And I just created a spreadsheet for each one of them, along with a blank one that I can send out this book now without my pricing to a contractor and say, I want you to bid these 3 houses. Give me a bundle price for doing all of them.
Look like you got a well-oiled machine there.
You know, it's got to be, or it's dangerous. You know, it's flying by your pants. You can make it on 1 or 2, but you know, to really make some good money to do what I want to do, it's got to be a process. So if you're interested, I can send you a blank one of these. I've got other things that I create and use, but you know, I'm blessed. I got a great job, so a couple hours a day at work, I can do this kind of stuff on the clock per se. So it's kind of nice to be able to do those things, you know, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening.
How long have you been flipping property for, Robert?
2015 was our first one that we bought and sold. And since then, we've done 8 or 9.
Dang, been popping them. So cool.
So got 3 more in the works right now. We'll close first week of May. Just talked to the banker today. Everything's good. All in-house money. None of it goes to my credit. None of those kinds of things. So it's good stuff.
Awesome. No, that's great information, buddy. Thank you.
Providing value. Gotta love it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to get a copy of that, Robert, because if I'm looking at a deal that I think, if you could give me one with your numbers in it, just for an example, that I could even, try to run your numbers when I'm looking at a house over here that I think would interest you.
Oh, definitely. And I'll tell you, I've got, I keep a folder on each property. That way, every property is separate. It's all individual numbers. I got separate accounts and separate bank accounts for each one of these properties. That way, the money's always separated, and it's easy to kind of determine where the money went.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, thanks so much. Yeah, that'd be.
Can I ask one quick question about that segregating of the accounts and stuff? What's the benefit to having the separate bank accounts as opposed to just like tracking it in QuickBooks by address? I mean, I'm sure there is one, I just don't know. So can you speak a little bit about that, like your accounting process?
Sure. I'm very old school. I'll be honest with you. I've not paid for any training or apps or programs. And the easiest way for me to be able to do that, like in a QuickBooks, is to be able to keep it separate in a spreadsheet. It does the same thing, and I know QuickBooks is very efficient, but I just never have used it. And not luckily, I'm not big enough yet to need it. I can do it, with 1 or 2 houses at a time. But I think if I get into multiple properties and get to do this full time, which is really where I'd really love to be honest with you, I would definitely use those systems because they're efficient, and efficient, gives you time back in your day. So. No real difference other than, pencil and paper right now.
Yeah, it's just your way. I get it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got to create your own systems for something. Can't pay
Yeah,
the big companies for every little thing we do in life.
You're right. I'm working with a guy here in Troy. He's a teacher, teaches in Granite City, and he buys all of the programs. He got into that one guy, Than Merrill.
Oh,
I'm not knocking any training, but he had to take out a home equity loan to go to the training.
Yeah, I mean, they're pricey. They're the number 1 real estate training company in the world. But
what they charge, 50 grand or something, or what they charge for the training?
Price.
Oh, it's up there. I think it's over 50 grand for the whole, gold package.
Damn.
Yeah, they got 3 levels.
I'm going to work with Than. He making all the money.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Respect there, man.
So I'll tell you, and I'm no expert. Luckily, I've not lost any money. We've been pretty lucky. I'll share any documents I have with you guys to help you, because the more houses you find, the more you bring to me. Because I don't have the time to do what you guys do and knock on doors and send out cards and not
Well, that's the good thing about us streaming here online. Where are you looking to buy it? On the Illinois side, St. Louis side, other parts of the nation? We are nationwide at the moment. Where do you want to buy it?
So if there are any wholesalers out there and you truly want to find a property, if the numbers are right, I'll buy it all day long as it's in Troy, Glen Carbon, or Edwardsville. Illinois. And the reason for that is it's close. I can get there after work. I can go babysit contractors. I can pick up supplies. And I'm not driving 40, 50 minutes, an hour to a property because I got to work the next morning. So anything local, and those are great school areas, great resale. I'll take every one you have that the numbers fit.
That's kind of close to Scott Air Force Base, or no?
It's close. I live in Troy. Scott's probably 20 minutes from here.
Yeah. There you go.
Not bad.
Cool.
So,
I see on the Hooties side, we got a couple new faces. Well, no, Calvin's been to a couple of the the in-person meetings. How's it going, Calvin?
I'm well, thanks. Everything is going well. Just trying to stay safe.
Yeah. Hopefully you're doing that.
That I am.
Good to hear. Good to hear. And then I see a Rosanna. I don't know. Have you ever been to one of our physical meetings, Rosanna? Uh-oh, did I? Hold on.
Gotta unmute.
I'm clicking unmute. There you go.
No, I'm in California.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
We going worldwide.
All right. Hey, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, Rosanna, you were on Chris Haskins show or something before?
Yeah, I did a little YouTube with Chris and Mr. Transaction Engineer.
Oh yeah,
Eddie.
them my friends there.
Yeah, so I deal with the Public Housing Authority, and so no, I just zoomed in. I was interested in your guys' conversation, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I knew we would attract some big money out of California.
Yeah, I mean, California's big.
Right.
Yeah.
So how are things out in California these days?
Well, market is high, of course. That's everybody knows that. And so I'm right in Solano County. I'm about 30 minutes north of San Francisco and Oakland.
Okay.
So market's still pretty high out this way. So we're about an hour from Sacramento.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Yep.
Has COVID slowed things down or taken a hit? Have you guys taken a hit because of it?
Absolutely. I'm at home working. That's why I've been on all these podcasts and all these YouTube meetings. So I'm taking advantage of that. So I'm doing that. I'm working and I'm dealing with the kids at the same time. So yeah, unfortunately, we just heard that Solano County, the county that I'm in, is one of the highest cities with, I guess they just said COVID positive, a bunch of people tested positive.
Oh my gosh.
But
wow.
It's getting worse, but yeah, we're all stuck in the house. We're just trying to take advantage of utilizing the internet and, doing these Zoom videos with everyone across the United States. So, which is pretty cool.
That's right. It's got to be an upside to this stuff somewhere. It can't all be doom and gloom.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just all sitting here on our couches, just taking advantage of all the knowledge and all the different faces across the nation. So it's pretty cool.
So Rosanna, so what's your real estate investment strategy? What do you do?
So I just finished a flip last year in Oakland in 2019. I haven't done anything. I'm actually licensed to run a care home facility for the elderly. So we're trying to get that up and running. And because of the whole pandemic thing, it kind of slowed down the process with this house that I'm trying to get. It's a 6-bed single family home. And right now it's kind of on hold. So I haven't done any subject to strategies or anything like that. I was interested in doing that for a couple of homes that I was interested in obtaining with opening up care homes, but I don't think the subject twos are that hot out here, especially in the Bay Area. If I'm moving out towards like the Valley or San Joaquin County, I think that's where it would be, but I'm not close enough to those areas that if I needed to do a project, I could get to right away. It's still a drive for me.
So is it, and why you say you don't think that area is a good area for that because of what more people want to buy or they're selling for more than retail value or something? Or why do you say that?
Right. Well, because right now it's a seller's market, right? So I know that the market is softening, but it's hard. Maybe I'm not well versed enough in a lot of the strategies with obtaining subject to or creative financing. So I do have a mentor out this way who is actually in LA, but I haven't spoken to her in about a year or so. So that kind of sucks. That's why I'm trying to get in with you guys and listen in with everyone else's strategies and try to pick everyone's brains. So that's what I'm doing.
Pick away.
Get your picking on.
I see a couple. Let's see. We got a Derek Wise. How's it going, Derek?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Not bad. Where are you joining us from?
I am on the Illinois side in Granite City.
Okay. Awesome. What do you do? Are you involved in real estate investing? Are you looking to get into it? You've been into it for a while?
I'm looking to get into it. I'm just getting started. I have most of my background is basically in like construction or remodeling and things like that. So I do that. I've been doing it with my dad since I was young, but that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. I'm trying to get into wholesale.
Okay. Awesome. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you.
Thank you guys.
You guys staying safe?
Oh yeah. I have the kid over here with me, but everything is going pretty good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. And we got Ernesto up there. See, we had Christine. Christine just dropped off, but you got hundreds of people on your end, don't you, Chris? We are. By the way, just letting everybody know, we are live on Facebook and YouTube through Chris Monroe Show.
Streaming. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, we're just streaming live, so don't give anybody's personal mama's maiden name or nothing on here.
Right. No password tips.
Yeah, here's how you hack this. No, don't tell them that on the internet.
I always use the same pen. It is
1, 2, 3, 4.
password is password.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's on most laptops because I do the resale market. We buy a lot of stuff, and that's the password. A lot of times, password.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, that is crazy.
That's
man.
But you gotta put capital P.
Oh, well, yeah. And maybe use the @ sign for the A. That'll throw them off.
Yeah. Hacking secrets.
That's right. We got a Mario. Is it Mario? You got Mario? Did I say that right? Mr. Strawbridge? Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear us? He's like, nope.
Can't hear me.
We can see you, but can you hear us?
That's right. We're getting a lot of folks on here. What's going on, Ernesto?
Came from a showing, guys. You're making
it happen.
Back home. So I was driving right before I had to stop to join you guys.
Awesome. Mario's talking. Mario's talking. We can't hear you, buddy.
No audio, Mario. No audio.
Can't hear you.
All right. How about now? Can you guys hear me?
There you go.
Yes.
Yes, sir. How do you say your name? I apologize if I butchered it.
No, you're fine. Moriel.
Okay.
Moriel. Yes, sir. Moriel.
Where are you joining us from?
I'm from Jonesboro, right outside of Atlanta.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
No kidding. Good place.
Atlanta, that's a hot market down there, ain't it?
No, can you guys hear me?
Hot Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we're nationwide now.
Moriel.
Nationwide. Moriel. Now, are you investing in Atlanta, or are you nationwide? Or tell me a little bit about yourself.
There's an echo, so he only said it once.
There's a big echo.
Probably have to turn one of them something down.
Speaker or
a
something.
speaker, yeah, outline speaker or something is probably playing, and it's catching the feedback. Ask me how I know. I think I get it like every stream or something. I'm like, oh, turn that down. But yeah, that Atlanta market is where the money's at. A lot of people that's down in Atlanta are wholesaling or doing deals in St. Louis because they say it's too competitive there, they say.
So what do you do, Mario?
Can you guys hear me?
Keep trying, Rich. You're killing it.
Practice makes perfect.
All right.
I was gonna say, Rich, you told him you'd get it right, and I wanted to pipe up and say, no, he probably won't. But
No, I probably won't. I'm stupid.
Oh no, not at all.
I'm just.
Oh.
Let me. All right, I'm a wholesaler.
Oh, awesome.
I just. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, maybe that was me. Okay. So I'm a wholesaler in Jonesboro. I just started first year. I'm doing cold calls. I actually got a nice lead in St. Louis today.
Did you?
Yeah, nice lead. So she's supposed to call me back tomorrow. It's a spot off page. I'm actually from St. Louis too.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I moved down here about 3 years ago from
Really?
St. Louis. Yeah,
Really?
from St. Louis. So My son's still in St. Louis, so that's definitely one of the places I'm doing calls from. I downloaded a list of about 2,000 leads from PopStream and used Mojo Dollar. So I've been doing that, you know. So, yeah, so I love the business. Just been following a lot of people like everyone else. Then I saw Mr. Chris Monroe. I was okay, I'm from St. Louis. Let me watch him for a little bit. So I know if I get a deal in St. Louis, I know who to come from. Hey, let's work this together.
Hey, it's possible. This internet is so powerful. You just don't know who you're going to come across messing around on this computer.
Right. I also do video production and digital marketing. So I got a whole nother website that I do digital marketing from. I might have another, I think I got a client for digital marketing in Virginia. So, you know, I'm not trying to do everything, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm seeking that first deal, taking that first wholesale deal. I think now is probably as good as time as any to get in it. You know, I try to squeeze out the negativity, what's going on, and just focus in on phone calls. And though I actually called the lady. I said, hey, look, I'm not sure I have the right number, but she's like, do you buy houses? I was like, yes, I do. She's like, well, you're not the first person to call us, but you call us at the perfect time. We're you know, we don't want to you know, this coronavirus, we're looking to sell. So, you know, build some rapport with her, got some information, and, you know, it may be my first deal, you know.
Nice job. It's all about timing. So great job.
Right.
That's awesome.
Take advantage. Good job.
Yep, it's a lot of fear in the marketplace, and somebody better take advantage of it.
Right, exactly. If you guys got any pointers, definitely, you know, let me know. Any questions? I'm using Mojo Dollar, and I'm going to probably migrate to Call Tools. I hear a lot of people using Call Tools.
Yeah. How much is Mojo Dollar?
I'm paying $149.
Oh, see, Call Two's a little bit cheaper, $120.
Right.
They all high.
Right, exactly. But I couldn't imagine trying to make these calls, you know, just, I mean, if you can, you know, don't let that stop you from doing the job. But if you have the budget where you can get a dollar, I definitely recommend it.
And you said you're working on a deal in Virginia. What part?
Well, I also do digital marketing, web design, and Facebook ads. So I got a friend who lives in Virginia, and she's got me a client. They have a magazine website. So I'm working on a deal with them. That's not on wholesale. That's just on working on their website. I was actually on a Zoom call with her, going over the presentation that we're going to give them tomorrow. So today I got two good leads, basically. I got a wholesale lead and I got a website lead, you know. So.
Oh, there you go. Because we just closed a deal in Virginia a couple months ago. And that's why I was like, wait a minute, I got connections up there. We know people that can make this stuff happen. All we need is the paperwork right.
Right. I do have an idea I want to toss off you guys. I've been thinking about this lately. Like, you know, I'm paying for this Mojo Tools. I'm thinking about maybe networking with some other guys who maybe their budget don't allow them to have it, and just say, hey, look, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm on this from 12 to 4. You know, you can have these hours. You know, what do you think about that? Just kind of like network together and
that would be smart.
I would do it.
Yeah, split it.
We call that group economics.
So like I pay probably over $1,200 to $1,400 a month for everything I use.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that on mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm about $1,200 a month too, and that's with 2 virtual assistants. So you know it's expensive.
Okay,
Right. It is expensive.
Right.
So you got to be doing some deals to pay for that crap.
Right. So who's in my boat? Like, who's still looking to get their first deal? Am I the only guy on here who? Right.
Newbies. That's good.
Yeah, y'all. We just did a stream last night talking about everything for newbies. As a matter of fact, because you know we do that stream every Monday night at 7 o'clock Central Time, I bring on different guests and things like that and try to, help provide value to the community where, I don't know everything, but I know to ask a good question and let somebody tell me how you did this so we can figure it out.
Right. I think just being able to talk to other people kind of keeps the focus in and keeps the other stuff out. There's all kind of stuff going on, right? But my brother, he's in St. Louis right now. He works for the YMCA. They just laid off a ton of people, and he's always calling me talking about. I'm like, man, I can't talk about that. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to get this first deal. I'm trying to change my life. You know what I'm saying? So,
Did you guys see where Redfin laid off most of their real estate agents?
Wow.
I mean, they just let almost all of them go.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
Redfin, which is
God.
a national real estate site, and employed, I don't know how many, but thousands of agents. They just let every one of them go.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, did you think that plan was going to work from the beginning when they started coming in talking about doing that 1% or whatever they charge? I was thinking about using them at one time on one house I was working on a few months ago. You think that was a good business plan altogether?
Well, I never use those things at all, but you know that.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell you that, but no, I don't.
I bet that whole leg of their business was on shaky ground anyway for them to be that abrupt with it. That hardly makes sense, So they probably just said, if they were on a shaky leg anyway, they probably just said, skip it, get rid of it. That's too bad though for those people. Yeah.
It is, because this is going to hurt agents really, really bad. Okay. Because right now, they don't, they're pretty much, they're self-employed. They don't have a lot of benefits. They have to share their profits with everybody. It's going to be hard to get this back into the game again, and so much competition. I feel for them. I've had multiple reach out to me recently, wanting to know how I get what I get. And I said, you just establish yourself. It takes time.
Fizbos, they get tired of saying, are you a real estate agent? We get the question so much. It's crazy.
I just talked to one this afternoon who wanted to know how I got 2 properties. And I said, well, the deal is when you guys get a property, you put it under contract. The seller is paying you a sizable commission. Okay. And then what you do is you take that property, you put it on the MLS, and you advertise it on your website. And that's it.
That's not real marketing. That's just one way. You need to blast that thing.
For people to come to it. Okay. We don't do that. We blast that out there to everybody. We put it out. I put stuff out all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So, they have to take their marketing to another level, and a lot of them don't.
Because it costs money in most people's mind. They don't understand creative marketing strategies.
Right.
Actually going to see who bought in this neighborhood recently. Let's see if they want to buy another one, like most people do.
Well, I had a guy come to me and wanted to learn how to do this. And I came to a point where I spend so much of my day kind of mentoring people, and I'm not getting my work done. I'm like, wait a minute, something has to change here. But I was helping this gentleman out, and he said, I'm tired. I worked as a contractor for so long for this guy who fixes and flips. And sometimes he gets behind on paying me and this and that. And he's turning around selling this thing and making a fortune. And he goes, I want to know how to get a buyer's list. I go, well, let's see who he's selling them to. Well, how do you do that? I go, give me the addresses. I'll find out. So I showed him. Okay. And he's like, oh, I said, well, there you go. It's like magic,
And that's one thing a lot of people don't realize in this business. There really aren't any secrets. I mean, we may feel like, oh, I don't know this or I don't know that. There are no secrets. There's an answer for everything if you're willing to dig and actually find it.
Why are you willing to share your buyer's list? Well, because they're buying from everybody. I'm not the only person that knows them.
Right.
Okay. It's not a great big secret. Now, I will tell you that, for you guys that are kind of new to this, I have over 260 hedge funds that I deal with. Okay. I'll hand them out.
There you go.
Okay. I mean, it's not a secret. Other people have them. I'm not the only one.
Right.
And many times, a lot of people don't realize a real deal will pretty much sell itself. If it's a real deal, they're going to knock your door down and come try to buy it from you. Ask me how I know. Whenever I get a real good one, I'm be like, why I'm getting so many hits on this thing? Everybody want this house. Something ain't right about this. It's too low.
Yeah.
Right.
15, I meant 25.
Right. I'm like, wait a minute. Everybody want this house. I got real estate agents calling me. Oh, my buyer wants to buy this. I'm getting all of these hits. Something ain't right here. It's a good deal.
If it's a good enough deal, the seller will want to buy it back from. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. The seller, I changed my mind. I don't think I want to sell anymore.
More like they wish they were in position to buy it back. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That makes a big difference. I mean, and that's why you got to know who you're dealing with. Who are you helping? What problem are you solving? So, Derek, you said you didn't do your first deal yet. What kind of obstacles or problems have you ran into so far?
Really, it's just finances, just getting everything set up and automating everything. I did some driving for dollars about a week ago. I haven't reached out to any of them, just being backed up with some other stuff that I'm working on, but that's pretty much it.
What is it? Because you don't really want to call them, or you want to text them, or how are you going to reach out to them?
Yeah, I plan on calling them and also texting them. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because that text message works good too. A lot of people, and I try to touch them in multiple ways. We send them a ringless voicemail drop first, then we send them a text message, then we'll try a cold call, and none of those work to initiate contact. And everybody wants to be touched a different way, so you have to figure which way is going to work for this person. Some people you got to send them mail, even though I don't like to do that, and that costs a lot of money. But sometimes they'll respond to mail before they respond to phone calls. Like, we've been calling you for weeks, and now you want to call us back on the same number we've been calling?
Right.
Okay. That number look familiar. So how do you, Derek, what are you doing? Like, so you drive for dollars, you find a house you like. What are you using, or how are you finding the sellers and their contact information? I'm just kind of curious.
I guess going down to reaching out to the tax or county clerk, just trying to get that information and see what they can give me. But that's pretty much it right now. Like I said, I'm just getting started. I've been, working on everything for about a month or so.
Yeah.
So you're in St. Louis? I'm sorry. You're in St. Louis?
Well, I'm in Granite City, Illinois. So I'm like right next to the McKinley Bridge. So downtown St. Louis. I can hit up Edwardsville and all of those areas.
What is your first and last name?
Derek Wise.
You're on Facebook. I'm going to friend you on Facebook.
Okay.
And then I will.
Brand new wholesaler, Christine.
Yeah, I'll share some stuff with you. So how do you spell Derek?
It's on the screen there.
The right way.
Where?
Okay.
No, it's the right way.
Oh, shut up, all of you guys.
No, seriously. My son's name's Derek, spelled just the exact same way. It's the right way.
It's the right way.
That's right. That's right.
Such a smart aleck.
Hey, Derek, it's Laura Lennington. I'm going to friend you on Facebook too, if we aren't already. I live in Edwardsville. I'm around Granite all the time. Just got Vin Ho the other night.
Man.
Yeah, it was awesome. So anyway, I'll friend you too, and you keep me in mind if you ever need anything. I'm a wholesaler as well, so keep me in mind if you need anything.
Look at that, Derek.
Yep.
You getting all the friends.
You're getting all the love.
I need them, man. I need them. Chris, I don't know if you remember, man, but I think last time I spoke to you, I was working on a property down the street from where I live, and that's going pretty good. So just to let everyone else know, me and my dad, we basically go to the auctions, and that's where we get most of the homes that we buy, and then we fix them up. And my dad, he holds them and rents them out. And I kind of help him with that. So that's where most of my experience is coming from, as far as dealing with the homes and fixing them and different things like that. So I have that part added to my resume as well. So, but I definitely want to get into the wholesaling. And I don't know, was it Rich or Robert that's in Troy and Edwardsville, in the Troy and Edwardsville area? Oh, he's down for me. He's down.
Oh, everybody mixed all up.
I got a question, Derek. You're in Granite City, right?
Oh, he's down for me. He's down. Look, everybody makes all up.
I got a question.
We got a feedback.
All right, where's that feedback coming from?
You.
I'm surprised it ain't me with all this stuff going on here.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, Derek, how is the? I thought there was like a law change in Illinois. How's that affecting your business?
Yeah, so that's why they just passed a law sometime in like August or September last year to where you have to have a license to do any wholesaling on this side. So I haven't been looking for any properties on this side of the river, but I've been on the St. Louis side.
Okay.
But on the Illinois side, that's where I go to the auctions, I get the properties, and then I just fix them up.
Okay.
You can sell one property wholesale, sign one property per 12-month period per entity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you used your one already, Rich?
I'm not saying a thing.
I know that's right. You better not.
Don't say anything.
I'm not neither confirming nor denying.
I know that's right.
Business has been so slow. Oh, man.
So I think
So
if you
slow.
are willing to pay a broker a small fee, you can get around that.
Oh yeah. I don't doubt that at all.
Sell them all day long through MLS. It's worth the money. Add it to your price.
When you actually own them, yes. I'm still trying to wrap my head around when you don't own it. How can you wholesale it through a realtor?
Can't.
Right. That's right.
Right.
Rich, we can talk later. I don't want to say too much here because I don't know what I'm talking about totally. But I let's talk. Let's
I've come to terms with it. Trust me.
I think I know how to do it.
Spare.
But again, I'm not 100% sure.
All right, let's just take it offline. Let's take it offline. It's okay, Christine. I don't mean to.
Right.
Oh, I get it. I'm just saying.
We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube too. So I don't want anybody to say anything.
Don't say anything to incriminate yourself.
or just if you're.
At the end of the day, we're looking for the legal solution for sure.
It is illegal.
Yeah. Hey, Derek, did I work with you on a couple houses? Did I look at a couple houses, like a neighbor's house? Does that sound familiar? Do I look familiar?
Hold on, let me
We never saw you before.
Right.
I thought he just froze up with
the Graves.
Who's speaking?
Laura. Remember the Graves? If that's you. No,
okay.
It's not.
No, I don't think it was me.
It's not you. Okay, because I would say if it's you, you look different.
Doppelganger.
The guy had a beard and all that. Okay, never mind. I'm out. Bye. We're gonna be quiet for a while.
So Derek, your skill set interests me because people who come with a construction background who get into wholesaling, flipping, assigning, what you probably could do is offer some services to those individuals wanting to sell their house to say, look, you could get a much higher price if I was to update your kitchen and bathroom and then sell it, right? So that's a pretty good skill set to bring. But I wrote your name down because I'm interested. I've got 3 properties that I'm getting ready to purchase, that I need a crew to be able to come in, fix based off of a scope of work, based on a set price.
Okay.
And, we fix them up. I run them through a realtor and I sell them.
Okay.
That may help you bring in some cash while you're looking for houses. Also, while you're still fixing up homes too on the side.
Definitely. Yeah, I
You guys
have
do everything?
that I'm doing now that I should be done. I should be done in another month or so, but I mean, I'm definitely open to it. If you take down my information, just reach out to me through Facebook or something.
Put your info in the chat box, will you please?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. The Hooties House Buying Club online, connecting up people. I love it, Rich.
That's what it's about.
That's right. Doing what we do in person in a virtual setting.
Yeah.
They can't stop us. The Rona ain't gonna stop my flow.
No,
it's
Corona
not.
ain't gonna stop my flow.
The Rona, he got a Corona.
We should have a pool on which who has the best ratio of Corona cases versus babies in 9 months named Rona.
Wow, it might happen.
There'll be a spike. There's probably gonna be a spike in births in 9 months.
Oh
You
yeah.
never know.
Not here, there won't be.
No.
I did my part for society.
They say divorce is going to be on the rise because of people got to go home to this wife or this husband that they really don't love and be stuck with them.
They're used to being apart 8 hours a day.
Christine, where do you, are you out of Illinois, Missouri? Where are you?
I'm in Missouri.
Okay. Are you getting some cardio in tonight or something?
No, I said just two ribeyes on the grill.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she barbecuing. I'm on my way.
That's what
right,
I did. So I'm
out of
cooking
Missouri.
and I'm talking and
So
trying to
part-
pick up all the info I can.
You know, part of the problem with the Illinois new law, it really has impacted wholesalers because not a lot of them run into properties now because, you know, that they think one property. So if you have properties, we buy houses. So
I have
you run it-
63 of them.
on the Illinois side,
Yes. Actually, I have 64.
I just had to take a deep breath there for a second.
Christine,
Okay.
I know most of those are rentals. Are any of those good fix and flip opportunities?
Well, there's very few of them that are vacant, but there's a lot of them that their leases are coming due on. So yes, they would be. Couple, you know, there's multifamily, single families in there. He's even given away a mobile home, which is the dumpiest thing in the entire world. So you wouldn't want that. But there's a lot of them on there. So
My first property was a double wide modular that I still have. That's a rent to own. It's the biggest cash cow I have in all my.
Really?
I bet it is. I know it is. You talking the right talk.
A lot of people make a lot of money on mobile homes.
Rent to own. I haven't done a single. I stretched the carpets when I bought it, and that's it. They've done everything else since they've owned it.
I don't even know why people do traditional rentals at all. Just me personally, I don't see any benefit of it. When I can do a rent to own, have no responsibility of anything, and collect checks like Bank of America.
Yep.
Thank you, Chris.
You get a down payment on it. You know, it's yours. They very rarely stay the whole life of the loan.
25%.
Yeah, in this one here, I did a 12-year. If they make all payments on time, I give them the keys. They've been in it about 4 years.
Wow.
So.
Perfect.
How long did you say 12 years?
12 years. My loan was 5, right?
Yeah.
So you know, I get $825 a month for a double wide trailer.
How much was your mortgage payment?
35 grand.
Wow.
So your monthly payment over 5 years was
I paid about $900 a month.
Gotcha.
Paid it off. It's paid. So everything they send is
Free money, baby.
Wow.
That's why you gotta love real estate.
government cheese. Government cheese.
That's right.
Hey, Robert, where's that thing located?
Troy in the park.
Okay, so Troy schools. Okay, yeah, nice
Yeah.
work. Okay, good school district.
Great schools. And again, that's one of the areas I focus in just because I'm part-time. So good schools. That way I know it's a quick sale, high value, turn them quickly. So we've done 2 or 3 in Edwardsville. If you look up Cass Avenue, 610 Cass Avenue was our biggest one in Edwardsville. About a 3,500 square foot ranch. Sold it to a former Jacksonville Jaguar football player.
Wow.
That's my claim. That's my claim to fame.
That's what you gotta have.
Yeah.
What if you had 50 of those just paying you every month for no reason?
I wouldn't be drinking Corona.
There we go. And see, that's the thing, the mindset. We have to stretch our mind to know what's possible out here because sometimes we put limits on ourselves, thinking we can only do this one little small thing and I'm only good enough for this. This thing is wide open for whoever want to go for it.
Quick question. Who's targeting pre-foreclosures and what's your strategy right now?
I do a lot of them.
You do a lot? Okay.
I do a lot of them. So over the last 3 years, I've done 72.
Wow.
Yeah. I love them.
Yeah.
So what's your strategy? What do you do?
Well, I mean, so it depends on the situation. Okay. If I can If there's no way out of it and the debt accumulated on the property is way too much, I'll short sale the property. And then I'll buy it out of the short sale. Okay. If it's a good deal and I think I can really do something with it, I'll do that. I have investors that buy them from me all the time. So I have okay, for example, I did one about 6 months ago in Ladue, which was, what was it? I think it was valued at $12 million.
Wow.
He got for 3. And of course, he is extraordinarily wealthy. When I say extraordinarily wealthy, he's near a billionaire. And I've known him my whole life. So I went to him right away because I knew he'd jump on it. And he did. And so he just bought it. I have one right now in Ladue that is, in all honesty, it's a tear down. Somebody's going to buy the lot out of the short sale inexpensively, tear the house down, and rebuild a McMansion. Okay. But I wouldn't pass up a pre-foreclosure for anything in the world. The deal is you have to be patient with them because they take time and they take a lot of phone conversations with the lender. I'd be happy to show you how to do it. It's not that difficult. It isn't going to happen overnight. You have to see it through. Now, if I have a situation where I came across one today, so they're being foreclosed on a $30,000 loan. The property's worth about $170,000. I'll just pay the 30 grand and take over present. Well, I won't just pay 30. I throw something in for the owner to give them a cost, to cover their moving costs and all of that. I'm not there to take them to the cleaners because I'm going to make a ton of money off of this piece of property. And so I love them. They're actually my favorite thing in the whole world to do.
Yeah, and at this time right now for pre-foreclosures, this is the best time because they just gave you an extra 60 days to figure it all out. You got all the way to like the end of May or whatever, foreclosures start back up. You can figure out a deal between all of that time.
Right. A lot of the times. So let me tell you, this is the time, and I'll tell you why, because everybody and their brother is going to go in. Okay. So a lot of times, so St. Louis County and St. Louis City have been foreclosing on mass amounts of homes every month for about a year. Now it's going to quadruple. All right. So I have I pay monthly for a software product that gives me all of that information. And when you talk about sharing, okay, I'll be happy to share it because once I pull it, then I have to skip trace it. So my skip tracing on that list right now costs me about $100 a month. Now it's going to cost me about $250 to $300, but it doesn't matter. Once you get a house, it's paid for. Okay. But I'll be more than happy to show you all the techniques on how to deal with this. So you have to weigh each situation differently because what'll happen is they will say to you, well, I'll ask them, how far in the arrears are you? Well, 5 payments. Well, how much is your payment? $1,000 a month. Well, they think they owe $5,000. What they don't realize is there's interest, there's penalties, and there's taxes tacked onto that every month. And that $5,000 is really $10,000.
Wow.
And don't forget about the attorney fees. We always got to pay them attorneys.
Right. And so then what you would do in most cases, if you can't buy them out of it right then and there, you have to have them file a Chapter 13 to stop the process. Once you file that 13, they can drop it. They don't have to see it through. But once you file the 13, then what you've got 30 to 60 days to figure out what you're going to do with that thing. So what happens is you don't have them file the 13 until the day before the foreclosure. In the state of Missouri, that's in the state of Missouri. In the state of Missouri, you have up to 1 hour before that property goes on the block to state it. Okay. So we would have them file their Chapter 13 the day before because that gives me all of that 60 to 90 days to work with now. I haven't used them up ahead of time. So then the first thing I do is I have the homeowner sign what's called a third-party authorization. I get back, I fax that thing directly off to the lender. So now the lender has the homeowner's permission to speak with me directly regarding anything on that property. I have to wait 24 hours. I call the lender. I say, okay, I fax the third party. They'll ask me my name, identifying information, and then they're going to say, what do you want? I want to know what they owe. What are they in the arrears on? What are their interest, their taxes, their penalties, their legal fees? I need the whole 9 yards. Okay, they'll give that to me. Then the next statement I will make is I am opening a short sale. They can't deny it. They don't want that house, and now they're really not going to want them because we're going to be like 2008, and they're going to have, a million of them again. So what they'll say is fine. Okay, this is what we need from you. And every lender has their list of things that they want from you. Okay, so you have to get all of that. You have to get the contract to them. You have to get, they'll want bank statements. They're going to want paycheck stubs. They're going to want all of the stuff. Well, all these people are losing their jobs. So they're not, your last 3 paycheck stubs are going to be old. But anyway, I get all of that off to them. And I can guarantee you, I will wait about 3 days and I'll call them back and they will have lost half of what I sent them. So then I send it again.
That sounds about right.
Okay? Well, it's the truth. Okay. And the worst lender in the world to deal with is U.S. Bank.
Hey.
All right. Wow. It's the truth. They're the worst.
Well, they denied me from my PPP loan. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they are the worst to deal with. So anyway, I send the stuff again. And then I'll call them back in 3 days. Well, we only have this, and it's fine. I send the rest of it back. So you go through that for about a week. Okay, then once you get to that point and they have everything, they'll say to you, now we've moved it on to this department. Fine, put me through to that department. So they put me through. Now I talk to that department. What do you need from me? Well, I need this, and this. Okay, fine. So once I get clear of all of that, then what I do is by law in the state of Missouri, that home has to be listed for 7 days on the MLS. So I put it on the MLS, okay? Then I hold an open house for 2 hours on a particular day. And I put out there on the MLS for all agents to bring their investors through, whatever. They know it's a short sale, so it's an as-is sale. And, of course, the sweeter the property, the more that come through. So I'll tell them when we're at the open house, you have to have all of your contracts to me by no later than 5 o'clock on Wednesday. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever worked in a construction company, but it's like bid day in a construction company on a project. You start getting bombarded with like 50,000, offers. So what you do is you take all those and even though it's as a sale, you would think real estate agents would know better, but they don't. They will invariably put contingencies in. Dude, it's a short sale. It's as is. There's no contingencies. If there is a contingency in your contract goes in the trash. So I get rid of all of those first. Then I sit down and I line them up from the highest bid to the lowest bid. Okay? I throw the highest bid. I don't throw it out, but I set it aside. You never want to send your highest offer to the bank because they'll say, ooh, I can get that and I'm not going to take anything less. So I don't send my highest. I don't send my lowest, but I go a little bit in between in the middle to the lower end, and that's what I shoot off. All right? So they might come back and go, no, that's not going to work. That's not enough. Okay, fine. So I go back to the buyer and I say, well, it's not, okay, let's up at 10,000. So they'll up at 10,000. And then usually that gets it done and they'll say, that's fine. If the property is a really sweet deal and I can make a ton of money off of it, I will put my own contract in. Okay. So that's how we do it. And so let me give you an example. A year ago, there was a home that went into foreclosure in Webster Groves off of Lockwood. It was a 3-story, valued at about $680,000. I did it. I did the short sale, paid $289,000 for that house. Okay. Turned around and sold it to a rehabber for $530,000. Wow. Okay. So you can do it. And there's people who do it every day if you learn how to work the process and you learn how to find the properties. Going through your county or local government is not how you find them. So I will be happy to share that with anybody, but you have to go, you're in Atlanta, so you can't go here, but in the county, well, you can go to the county and do it over the phone. The city, you have to go in person to sign up for Laredo. And that's where I get the information from. And it's a process to get it, because you have to be okayed. It's stupid. You got to do an application. You have to pay it up a month in advance.
Is this information on PropStream? I'm sorry.
No, PropStream. Let me tell you something about PropStream. I like PropStream a lot for some things, but its information is not reliable. Okay, it's way behind. You know, all those properties they listed as vacant, they're not vacant. Okay, so you can't really rely on PropStream. All right, what I will be happy to share my list, because the list is a mile long. It's not like I can call all these people and do all this. Okay. However, what you need to do is when you contact these people, you have to be gentle, because their back is against the wall. They're about to lose everything. Now, when I speak to them, I am by profession a nurse. I speak to them very much like I speak to a patient. Okay. My name is Chris. I'm with Boulevard Properties. I understand the situation with your house. I just want to speak to you regarding all of the options that are available to you. I'm not trying to buy your house out from under you. I know you want to save it. I can explain to you how to save it, but I can tell you 99.999% of the time they can't save that house. So if you can't save it, I will show you what options are available to you. And the reason you want to do the short sale, if you can't buy it right then and there or sell it right then and there, is because the short sale saves their credit. The foreclosure kills them for 7 to 10 years. The short sale, they take a hit for 2 years, they can go out and get another loan. Okay, so that's why you want to take that process. Everybody says, well, I want to do a loan modification. What they don't understand about a loan modification is, say your payment's $1,000 a month. So now you want to do a loan modification. They're taking everything that you are in the arrears with the interest, the penalties, and they're tacking that on, and now your payment's $1,800 a month. You couldn't make the $1,000. You can't make the $1,800.
Right.
And your chances of getting that loan modification are so slim, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, loan modifications are kind of janky, because we did one and they approved it, but they were like, yeah, we can drop your payment from $636 a month to $600 a month, but we're going to make it a 40-year loan. I said, oh, hell no. We almost, ain't no way in heck I'm going out to no 40 years for no $30.
Well, they have their ways of doing it where you end up losing big time.
Yeah, they getting paid.
So you have to, you have to explain to them how it works. Again, it's something I do them so often. I'll be happy to teach you how to do it. Okay. It's a lot of work, because it's a lot of phone work and keeping up with, did I send this? Did I send that? Double checking. So I literally have a checklist that I go through that says, okay, I sent this on this date, this on this date, this on this date. I always write down who I'm speaking to at the bank. But once you get it through that and you've put your contract through and the contract is accepted, then you're just waiting for them to say, okay, this is the closing date. All right. Now, with the way the market is now, and there will be so many more, they'll close them much faster than they did before. All right. Because they don't want those houses sitting on their books.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So if you can find an investor with some deep pockets that really wants to make money and will fork it up for these, you can make a ton of money off of one of those. All right. Even if you can get the loan to buy them yourself. So I have quite a few investors that have deep pockets that I can go to right away and say, this is what I have. Are you interested in doing it? And they'll say, go ahead.
Can you, so you're in Missouri, correct?
I am.
Can you do that in Georgia too? Let's say.
Well, you can do it anywhere, but every state's laws are different. So let me explain to you. Missouri is what is called a judicial state.
Okay.
All foreclosures go through the courts. That's not the case in every state.
Right. Right.
So I happen to have a list of the rules for every state for short sales and foreclosures. Okay. So that if I had the opportunity to do it somewhere else, I would do it. I just need to understand. And so everything that I'm doing is legal.
Correct.
Okay. So, it has to go through a real estate broker. So I use my brother who's licensed in all 50 states.
Okay.
So he runs it for me for nothing.
Oh, nice.
I don't have to pay him anything. Okay. So I use him. But it doesn't hurt for you to team up with a broker that in case you need one, you have one, because you're going to have to pay them. I mean, everybody I've come across here wants 2.5%. Well, I'll give you 2.5% because it's, still money in my pocket. I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. So that's something to think about. They can be very profitable. You just need to take your time and learn how to do them and make sure you dot every I and cross every T so that you don't miss out on something because it can end up costing you.
I've actually been in it, I've turned a bad thing into a good thing. I've actually been in a position where my house was foreclosed upon when I was in St. Louis. So on my website, I actually kind of talk about that. Hey guys, I know where you're at. I was literally at this position, and I literally, I just put my website in the chat. You can kind of go to my blog post where it actually go to that and kind of explain to them, you'll see, but I've been in the position where, so I kind of know I can empathize with them that, hey, I was here. It happens. These are some options that you could do. And worst case scenario, work with me as an alternative plan to, save the house. But I would definitely like to do some prospecting and maybe, bring you in on a deal. And I mean, hey, it's
just coach you through it.
Yeah,
And Christine, somebody on YouTube here watching says, how is her brother licensed in all 50 states?
He is the largest private real estate developer in the United States, and he's worldwide.
And he's worldwide.
Yeah. He has 62 offices in 52 countries.
Well, you know what? That brother needs to be a private lender so we can get some of these deals done.
He helps me all the time.
No, I'm talking about lender, not buy them, lender.
Oh,
put that money to work and let us do the work.
As wealthy as he is, he's cheap.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds about right.
So what he does for me is he brokers for me all the time. So I have a couple of really big deals under contract right now, expensive properties. So one of them is a Cardinal baseball player's home. So can I sell that to a bunch of investors on Facebook? No, I can't. But he and his business partner sit on the board of Washington University. I mean, they're very, very connected. So, he will go to investors for me that he knows that will pay these prices for these things. And so let me give you an example. So this house, he took it to Washington University and he took it to a bunch of huge law firms in St. Louis, okay? And so he has right now 3 contracts coming in on this property, all right? Another thing he'll do is like if I find a property in foreclosure that's a really expensive piece of property, well, a lot of times he'll buy it, he'll fix it up, and then he will lease it to, well, it used to be Monsanto, so now it's Bayer, for incoming executives that come in and are staying here for a while. He'll lease it to the universities because they'll have physicians that are coming in to teach for a period of 3 to 6 months. And when he leases these things, he leases them at like $8,000 a month.
Dang, that sounds like commercial rate.
Well, I mean, he gets huge money for stuff, okay? I don't have that ability, but what I do have is him to help me, and he is a huge help for me.
And Christine, somebody, let's see here. They want to know, so when you do this on a short sale, do I sell it in a flippable LLC and assign it to the buyer?
No. I just do it in my own LLC. But this is Missouri, mind you. I have to look at, Illinois could be very different. I've never done it in Illinois, but it could be very different there. I'm not sure. I've only done them in Missouri, but I just do them in my LLC and we put it under contract. The thing is it has to go through a broker. So he's on my LLC, so he'll broker it for me, and he will write on the contract. So basically what happens when I do one in Missouri and I fill out the sales contract with the family, I put in that contract, I charge the lender 7% interest. Okay. I always charge the lender 7% interest. If the property is a property that goes up to $250,000, there is an addendum to that contract, and that addendum charges the buyer $3,500. If that house is worth between $250,000 and $500,000, it goes up to $5,500. If it's $550,000 to $750,000, now I'm up at $7,500. Once it goes above that, you're at my mercy, because because you're getting a house for a song, you're going to pay me. So I get the 7% interest from the lender, plus I get my short sale fee. So I do that all the time, unless it's a deal that I can buy and sell and make a ton off myself, then I don't. Okay. In Missouri, in a short sale, you can build up to $10,000 into the HUD for relocation fees for the owner, as long as they stay in the property until the property is closed. If they don't, you can't do that.
So it's some loopholes and some fine print.
Huh?
So there's loopholes and fine print.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of them. So it's just something you have to learn over a period of time to do. That's all.
Exactly.
And you do learn it. Once you do one or two, well, not one, but once you do two of them, you'll get it. Okay. It takes a while to learn. But again, they're a lot of fun and they make a ton of money.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with those things. I mean, I like them. I just don't really like dealing with these third parties too much. I understand we got to deal with them to a point, but I like dealing right with the homeowner. Easy peasy, sign right here, close this day, get my money.
Well, so you're at a point though, like I said before, where this will become a lot easier right now with the whole climate, because they don't want to sit on those houses.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a ton of them to sit on.
Yeah, they're going to be working with you one way or another. You're going to see me now or see me later, when you want to see me.
Well, that's just it. And they can drag this out forever, but you can move them along. So when I say that, I will say to them, okay, we've spent enough time on that. Let's move this to the next step and get this done. And they're like, okay, they don't know how to deal with you. So I literally push them to the next step.
Yeah, and sometimes that you make a good point there. You have to almost teach the people working there how to do their dang on job.
Yes, right. Because I can guarantee you, they don't know. I mean, that's life.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you've stirred up enough on the internet here, Christine. People are asking, how do they reach you? You got an email address or something you want to share?
Well, I mean, I'm on Facebook, and then let me go back to my my desktop so I can put my email address out there for them.
Tracy says it right here. Tracy Larkins. Christine is absolutely right. I love short sales. They're the best deals out there.
They are. You just have to learn how to do them. There's so much money in them, it's not funny.
Yeah, I see a lot of stories where they're like, oh, I bought this $200,000 house for $30,000. And I'm like, what? Damn.
Here, I'm going to put my email address in here. Okay.
What is it? Now I'll put it in this thing on here.
You're going to see it in just a minute. Got it? BLVD Prop LLC at Gmail. And then you can see my name where I'm on Facebook.
BLVD Prop at Gmail?
BLVD Prop LLC at Gmail.
All right, LLC at Gmail. I'm putting it in the
Correct.
chat where they can see it on the other thing.
Yeah,
And then
thanks,
just
Chris.
send me a friend request.
So you finna get bombarded with people, Christine. You ready for this?
Right.
Yeah, I'm ready, but like I said, you have to look up the rules of your state. If it's a judicial state, they almost all operate exactly the same. If it's not, it's just a little different. You just have to learn their rules. That's all.
Right. You got to learn the rules and play the rules and walk on that fine line.
Right.
What's Illinois, Christine? Is it judicial?
I believe Illinois is judicial, yes. But I'm going to send you a friend request on Facebook. And I will look it up because I have it here stored in my computer, and I'll look it up and let you know exactly what it is. So, I just lost you guys on the computer. But what I will do is I have a group of people I kind of partner with, and one of them is an attorney, and she's in Illinois. She's licensed in both Illinois and Missouri. She's my friend. And it was really funny. I was telling Rich about her one day. I'm like, you really need to meet her. Well, you already knew her. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know you knew her. And she owns a title company in Illinois. So she is a huge help with a lot of stuff as well. And so I went to her recently and I asked her to look into that in Illinois for me, but she hasn't quite gotten back to me yet on it. So when I find out, I'll let you know for sure.
They said, get ready for an email tsunami, Christine.
That's okay. Tsunami me.
Christine, put your info in the Zoom chat too, please, so I can.
Okay, all right. I got to figure that one out. Hang on here.
BLVD Prop LLC at gmail.com.
Yeah, I got it here.
There you go. So you're going to be getting emails from people all across the United States. You say you can do a deal in every state, 50 states.
Well, you can do it. You just have to learn the rules. You have to be with a short sale or dealing with a foreclosure, pre-foreclosure. You just have to be patient.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Be patient. Take your time. And honestly, don't be afraid to ask a question. I mean, every one of us, no matter what we're doing, whether it's wholesaling, fix and flip, short selling, we've all had our first one.
Right.
You have to learn, okay? So just ask somebody.
I even did my first flip and didn't even do anything to the house, if that counts.
Yeah. But
Didn't even
my
sleep.
point is, I'm pretty open to helping anybody. I don't, I see people, I get upset because I see people, and I know two people who paid like $45,000 each
to learn
do one of these real estate sites to teach you all of this stuff. So walked away not knowing how to do anything. And not only that, that group took these two women for $1 million. Okay. So this group is now in big trouble. However, I've thought about doing a mentoring program, which would cost anywhere near that. Just so that people really know when they leave how to do a deal. And if when you leave, you still have a question or you think you're going to lose the deal, call me. I'll do everything in my power to save it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. I mean, Chris had a question once on a short sale. So I met him there. And I had to tell him, because of the situation this house was in, you have to walk away from it. Okay, it just isn't worth dealing with the headache that this is going to cause. And so we did. Okay. But, there's a lot of opportunity out there. And I'll tell anybody what I know. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know.
That's right. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know you don't know.
Yeah, exactly that.
There's a lot that I don't know. So
exactly.
There's a lot we all don't know.
Same here.
But I'll tell you what will help you in this business. It's who you know.
Who you know can make a big difference. That's right.
So get out there and meet as many people as you can. No matter how much they drive you crazy, try to be nice.
Exactly. Oh, they ain't gonna drive you crazy. Come on.
Okay. So listen, guys, I got to get going.
Yeah,
I will talk to you here shortly.
yeah. I know we've gone over quite a bit. I originally set this up for an hour, but this was great discussion. This was great talk.
Oh, this was awesome. Like,
Yes, yes.
I did put a poll in the Zoom meeting here. If you like these PM talks, I'll have one every once in a while. Otherwise, we normally have like a lunchtime one, but I'd like to do a PM one every once in a while too. So.
Yeah, because you never know what you can learn in this stuff.
Hey, Rich, as someone who's attended both, I like them both for different reasons. I was going to suggest to you maybe do 2 a month once life goes back to normal, because this has been awesome. There's one conversation at a time. Sometimes I'm at the lunch and I feel like I want to be at the other end of the table, but also it's great to be in person. So just thank you, Rich, for putting these together. You're so diligent about it, and it's been very valuable. Yeah.
I appreciate everybody getting on, and I appreciate Chris letting us piggyback off of his great media platform. Thank you.
Yeah, we only got 25 people watching right now. That's not a lot.
No, that's still, 25 more than what we had on this screen, right? Was that 25? I want to say there's 25 plus the 9 that were here, or 10 that were here. That's 35, or was it 15 plus these?
Oh, yeah. I think
so before we close off, how do we share a contact list? Because there was some great conversation here. I'd like to get a hold of Derek, see if he's interested in working on some properties. I want to walk through the property in Edwardsville. So see if I can make her some more dinner money.
Yeah.
We eat so much food, Robert. We eat so much food. Buy that deal, my brother, and we have room on the price. That's
Everybody, tell you what, let me share one more. Let me share one more little background here. It's going to have some information. Text me your. I know this is for something else, but text me your contact number there, and I'll make sure I send that out to everybody that was on the list. Everybody that texts me your email address and phone number. Well, I'll have your phone number. Just say your name. Hey, this is Laura. Here's my email. Whatever. I'll have the phone number, and then I'll share that out to the whole group that was here on the Zoom chat. I know at least. We typically do that in our in-person meetings at Hooters. I have a sign-up sheet. Everybody signs in. Name, email address, phone number. What you specialize in. Are you Illinois, Missouri, whatever? And then before you leave, you take a picture of the roster so you have everybody's contact. So I'll do the same thing here.
Because somebody definitely just asked in the chat here, how can people plug into these meetings when not on the Woke channel? So there's his phone number right there, 314-675-0044. Send a text to there and he'll add you to the list and let you be notified of future streams.
Absolutely. Or you can also join our Facebook. We have a Facebook group called the Hooties House Buyers Club. So join that too. That'd be great. Sorry, Chris. Hope I didn't step on anything.
No, you're good. Join the Hooties House Buyers Club. That's good. We're good. And because I know there's some people here watching in the Woke Real Estate Investors group on Facebook as well. So they're watching all over the place. There's so many platforms, and I'm not loyal to none of these platforms, just to be 100% honest with everybody. It's just a platform. They are making money off of us some kind of way. I don't have too much loyalty to none of them. We just use them just like they use us.
That's right. I'm gonna head out here, guys. I've got a Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich waiting for me.
Nice, oh my gosh, really?
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks,
all right. Peace.
See you, everybody.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Blessed.
All right, that's how we do it. Leave meeting. Let me unshare that. Please. Leave meeting, blah, just like that there. So that's how we're going to do it, family. If you want to email me or contact me, my email is right there, chris@wokerealestate.com. chris@wokerealestate.com. And if you want to reach Christine, she showed her email address. And what else we got here? Thanks for this scope. Great info. Yep, we're streaming live on Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, on the Woke Real Estate Investors Group. We're also on Facebook on the Chris Monroe Show on Facebook. And we're on my personal page on Facebook. And so if you want to contact her, that's what you do there. Don't forget, we'll be streaming live next Monday night for sure. Probably going to have some streams in before that, but for sure I know we'll be on next Monday night, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll be on with DJ out of Houston, Texas, Rehab in High Heels. She's going to show us how to make money in multiple parts of a wholesale deal, making money on the front end, the middle end, and the back end, the rooter to the tutor, getting paid all the way across that thing. So we're going to have her on next Monday night. That's the 13th of April. And then the following week, we'll be on with Hakeem. He played for the Detroit Lions, football player turned real estate investor. He said, I'm going to get out here and get some money with my brain instead of off my back, and going to show us how we do that on the property attack. So we're going to learn personal and business branding strategies, marketing tips for success, and more. We like to bring these heavy hitters on and see how we can do these deals and become better and to become great at what we do. Also, the following week, Monday to April the 27th, 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll be on with O'Neal Parker, a millennial young fella, and I think he's like 23, doing multiple real estate deals down in Louisiana and the markets down south. He's going to be talking about learning the truth about business credit, how to leverage to buy more real estate, and how to be great. That's Monday the 27th. And like I said, we do this each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. If you want to be notified of the streams, all you got to do is text JV to 31996. That'll get you the free joint venture agreement, and you'll be notified of the Monday night shows. Text JV to 31996. That'll get you there. And if you haven't already joined that free Facebook group called Woke Real Estate Investors on Facebook. It's a free Facebook group talking about subject to lease options, financing with the seller, virtual wholesaling, deal structuring, negotiation tactics, and more. Check it out. The Woke Real Estate Investors group on Facebook, the free Facebook group. And join Hooties House Buying Club group if you like the streams that Rich Groves is putting on. Let's see what we got here. Great live stream, Chris. Listening while driving across America. All right. Make sure your seatbelt on tight and you make that right. Good to have you, Carpe Diem. Thanks for jumping in. What you driving across America for? Work, for fun, just curious. Drive safe. Mike buys houses. Thanks for those flames. Glad to have you all. And like I said, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Give it a like. Give it a share, please. That's all we ask for the price of admission. Just a little baby thumbs up. Let us know you appreciate it and share it out to somebody who may want to learn this real estate talk. All right. So that's how we're going to do it, family. I will catch y'all on the next time. Carpe Diem say they're trucking. So with all that being said, we'll catch you next time right back here sometime sooner than you think. So do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you before you see me.
And we have and we have and we have Mr. I stay woke.